Welcome. In this session, we are going to understand how to analyze Android device mount points. Basically, Android device mount points are mounted using a command known as mount, which helps you mount a device on a directory on a Linux file system. Let's get started. In order to perform this demonstration, we have a mobile device connected using VNC Viewer, and we are going to make use of an application known as Terminal Emulator. This terminal emulator allows you to access command line shell of a mobile device. So as here you can see that we can execute clear statement in order to clear the screen, and now what we can do is we can execute mount command in order to view device mount points on an Android device. So here you can see that once we execute this command, we can see that root file system, which is a device, is mounted on the slash directory. That means the complete file system of Android is available within the slash directory of Android device. Now in order to proceed further, we can see that there are multiple directories available on a Linux device, or we can say an Android device, and this is known as soon as we execute ls command, we'll go to the root directory at the moment. So we'll see currently we are into this directory, so we are going to get out of all these directories, and now once we execute print working directory, we can see that we are into slash. So once we are into slash, now within slash if we execute ls, so you can see that there are many directories available here at the moment. Directories like SD card, process, init, data, root, dev, these are multiple directories which are available. We have directories like sbin, system, sys, and many more. So now what we can see is the device on which operating system is installed, which is like the storage device. All the partitions of the storage devices are mounted into the directories, and the directories are listed here. So which partition is mounted on which directory, we can identify that using mount command. So once we do that mount again, you can see that here if we take an example, you can see that we have a data directory on which we have a memory card block partition number 3 has been mounted. In the same way, partition 2 is mounted on cache directory. Partition 5 is mounted on system secro directory. Then we have a device with a block, and that is mounted on SD card with a file format system known as VFAT. So this is how you can see that there are many devices which are, there is one device which has multiple partitions, and these partitions are mounted onto directories. So now what we can do is, in order to make you understand all of these things in a better way, first of all I would like to show you in how many partitions this storage device is divided. So we can go to the directory slash dev, we can go to block device, and within this block device, once we execute ls, you can see that we have a memory card block 0 device available, and this device has 6 partitions, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6, in which the third partition is an important partition which contains all application databases of that Android device, and it is mounted on a directory known as data. There is another command known as df, using which we can simply get a list of file systems which has devices mounted. So now you can see that on the left hand side we have individual file systems, and on these file systems we have the storage space of this size available, in which used and free specifications are available. So now what we can do is, in order to create a virtual device and how the devices are mounted, we are going to perform that demonstration in order to make you understand this mount procedure a little better. In order to do that, I am using technology of cloud computing, and I have created an account on Google Cloud. On that cloud, I have created instances, and this instance is a Linux instance. I have connected this instance using SSH shell. Once we click on SSH shell, automatically an instance access will be provided to us using Secure Shell protocol. And once we have got that Secure Shell protocol, we will be able to execute commands on a Linux machine which is hosted on a Google Cloud server. So now, using this Linux instance, first of all I would like to tell you how devices are created. Once devices are created, how we can put file format system on it. After having a file format system, we can mount these devices on a directory, and once we have got on a directory, we can do file exchange. We can copy files, we can cut files, and we can proceed to a lot of things. And finally, we are going to analyze the device. So in order to do that, first of all, I'm going to make a directory known as demo, and we'll proceed into this demo directory. At the moment, you can see that this directory is completely empty. Now what I want to do is, first of all, I want to make use of a command known as dd command, which stands for convert and copy a file. So now this dd commands will help us create a virtual device in which we will be using following options like BS, which is block size, and the bytes, which we will be specifying. Then we'll have count, which will help us copy only n input blocks. We will be using options like IF, which is the input file, in which we will be taking zeros, and then we will take an option OF, which will write file instead of standard output. So now let's do that. In order to do this, now we are going to make use of dd command, and using this dd command, first of all, I am going to make an input file. Input file will be taken from 0 device, and this means we are going to fill our new device with zeros. Name of the output file will be mydevice.img, and block size will be 512 bytes of blocks we will be taking for this device. So in this device we will have many blocks, and each block is of 512 bytes, and 512 bytes of data will be stored into one specific block. And we are going to take account of, let's say we are going to take account of something like 2000 blocks we are creating. So once we are creating these 2000 blocks, we are going to get a device of 1 MB. So once we have got a device of 1 MB, you can see that this device is available. Now we want to paste data onto this device. At the moment, if you want to see, you can check that using hexdump that my device is empty at the moment. So right from 0000 offset to 00FA offset, every byte in this device is 0 at the moment. Now once we want to fill data into this device, so how we can do that? First of all, we have to format this device in order to mount it onto a directory. So in order to format this device, we are going to make use of sudo command, and we are going to make use of mkfs ext4, which is a Linux journaling file format system. And using this file format system, we are going to format our mydevice.img. So once we do that, so here you can see that now we have a file format system put onto this mydevice.img, and if we test hexdump now on mydevice.img, you can see that we have got some data. So now this is the file format system data which has been installed on our device now. So once we have a file format system, we can mount our mydevice.img onto a directory. Let's say I'm going to make a directory, and name of the directory will be drive. So device will be mounted on this drive, and we will be able to copy paste data into this drive, and eventually the data will be stored into my device. So in order to do this, first of all, what we want to do, we will be checking df command. Using df, we can see that we have this file system available at the moment, which is mounted on these directories. And now what I want to do, I want to mount using superuser sudo mount, and I would like to mount mydevice.img on the drive. So once we do this, the mount has been done, and if we execute df now, so you can see that a loop device has been created, which is of around 979 blocks, in which 17 bytes is used by file format system, which is ext4, and 892 bytes is empty. So 2% of total size is used, and this device is mounted on the drive. So now once we have seen that how devices are mounted onto a directory, now we are going to create an empty file, or let's say a text file, and let's create the text file using echo command in Linux. So using this echo, what we can do is we can specifically create some text like, let's say, secret data. I've created a data known as secret, and I'm going to save that into a file known as secret.txt. So now what I have done, I have created a new file known as secret.txt, and I'm going to copy this secret.txt into the drive. So once we did that, we are going to do that with sudo, so that we have permissions available. And now if we perform ls on this drive, you can see that secret.txt is available. So at the moment, I'm going to remove the secret.txt from this directory. So you can see that we have a device which is mydevice.img and a drive known as drive. At the moment my device is mounted on drive, so if we access drive, we will get contents of my device.img here. And now what I want to do is, once we unmount this, so if I want to unmount my drive, and now we are going to do that with super user using sudo. Once we did that, we'll execute df, and now you can see that that file format system has been unmounted. And if I search for ls drive, you can see that the drive is empty, because now once we have unmounted device from the drive, all the contents have been saved onto the device and directory is free now. So now what we can do is, let's say we have this mydevice.img, we are going to copy paste this mydevice.img into the web server directory, and we are going to download it, and we are going to analyze these devices using a WinHex editor on Windows. So in order to do this, we have a web server directory var www.html, and now what we are going to do, we are going to copy mydevice.img into this var www.html directory. So an Apache server is listening on my Linux instance. Since it is a cloud machine, we can access that over the internet, and IP address, the public IP address of this machine is this. Now I'm going to browse to it, I'm going to specify path, and I'm going to download mydevice.img. Once we do that, you can see that a mydevice.img has been downloaded. So once you can see that mydevice.img has been downloaded, we are going to analyze this mydevice.img on using WinHex editor. So this is our mydevice.img which we have got, and now what I want to do is, we have a WinHex editor available. I have already installed it. It's a free software which you can download through Google, and you can analyze storage devices. So now what you can do is, we are going to we'll go to the downloads section, and within the downloads we'll just go to my computer, C users Devanshu, and here we're going to download. Once we have reached to the downloads section, we are going to get a list of all the files, and I would like to get mydevice.img. So that was the device which was downloaded. I'm going to open that. Once we did open, you can see that here is the information of the file system which has been stored, and as soon as we proceed down, we can see that this is the complete file format system which has been stored, and now here we have some set of data available as well. So now what we can do is, we can simply go down and scroll, and we can search for the data which has been stored onto the drive, and here this is how you can see that data has been stored onto the machine here. This is the information of the file format system, and now you can see that here we have a secret.txt which has been stored on the device image. So this is how data is stored onto a device, and if we scroll down a little bit more, we'll be able to search for the contents which are available on this machine, on this device, which is mydevice.img. So we're just scrolling down in order to check where the content has been stored for the secret data, and now you can see that this was the content secret data which we have put onto mydevice.img. So now you can see that it's a device which is filled with zeros, and we only have one file known as secret.txt, and we have written a text, and that has been stored onto the storage. So this is how you can understand how devices are created, how devices are mounted. Once devices are mounted, the contents are available in that directory, and users are able to access the contents. And now if I take you back to the Android device, and if I execute mount command now you can see that with the help of this mount, you can understand that partitions, which is like memory block P2 and P3, these are the partitions, and these partitions are mounted onto a directory. So all the contents of this memory block partition 3 are now available in the data directory, and in case if you want to access that data directory, you can simply go to cd data, and once you will go to the directory, print working directory, we have to go to / directory. If we do it now, we'll go to the data directory, and now if we do list, you can see that these are the contents of the data directory which were available in memory block partition 3, and now they are mounted on the drive. So this is how mount system command works, and this is how we analyze device mount points on Android devices. Thank you for watching this session.